They say the market is like a relationship, lots of ups and downs, and you're always the last to know when it's crashing. I'm Spencer, Yule Spencer, with a comics view of Wall Street. I need to tell you about a school on the south side of Chicago, in a real hood, a public school, not a private school for rich kids, a public school in one of the toughest neighborhoods, in one of the toughest cities in America, where bulletproofing is fashionable. And in that school, kindergartners are learning how to invest in the stock market with real money, not a game, not a simulation, real money, real stocks, real returns. I'm trying to go back to this school if they'll have me. I know it's kindergarten, but so is my math. Anyways, when those kids graduate from eighth grade, you hear me, eighth grade, they receive a portion of the actual profits their class portfolio earned over those years. I was already locked up by eighth grade. I'm Yule Spencer, a.k.a. Spencer. And when I heard about this, I had two feelings at the exact same time. The first was exhilaration. The second was optimism for the future. And then I had to ask the question, why wasn't that us? I will scare you wealthy if I have to. Let's get into it. The school is called Ariel Community Academy. It was founded in 1996 by John W. Rogers Jr., the man who built Ariel Investments, the first Black-owned mutual fund firm in the entire country. He built it on the south side of Chicago because that's where he knew the gap was biggest. It's now co-run by the president of Ariel Investments, Mellody Hobson, John's protege, whose whole mission is to democratize financial literacy and education in schools across the nation. A woman who has my admiration. They're doing what I've only dreamt of doing. I be dreaming. Here's how it works. Every incoming kindergarten class starts with $20,000. What? Real money, cheddar, cheese from Ariel Investments put into a real investment portfolio. 3 dedicated financial literacy instructors work with the students from kindergarten all the way through 8th grade. How cool is that? Teaching them personal finance, economics, entrepreneurship, and investing as a core part of how they learn, not as an elective, as a requirement. Boom, a requirement. By 4th grade, those kids are studying companies, tracking performance, making real investment decisions. By 6th and 7th grade, a junior board of directors, made up of the students themselves, is running the portfolio. Whoa, real balling. Now here's the part that I love the most about this whole setup. When the class graduates 8th grade, the original $20,000 doesn't go to the students. It goes to the next incoming kindergarten class to start the whole process over again. The principle stays intact. The principle keeps working. Sound familiar? Compounding the whole time. And the profits, the returns that portfolio generated over those 9 years, get split in half. Half goes back to the school. The other half gets divided among the graduating students. The average profit has been $12,000 to $13,000. The highest it's ever been was $32,000. And if a student takes their share and puts it into a 529 college savings plan, Ariel matches it with an extra $500. Ariel is doing the most. I love this crew. John Rogers said it plain. I'm replicating what my dad did for me. He had a dad. We are giving kids the opportunity to invest in real stocks with real money. Secondly, we're exposing kids to money managers and stock pickers who look like them. That inspires the kids and shows them that they can do it too. Game recognized game. That right there is the mission for the nation, for all citizens, for every school. Every school can become its own hedge fund and pay their own way over the years to come. The schools could become profitable if they manage this right. They could afford their students better equipment, books, and supplies. They could take that burden off our teachers and put it on each school to invest properly. Billionaires could step up to this easily. Each of you take on a couple of schools, finance their principals, and get out of their way. I know it's brilliant. I'm an idea guy. It's why I get the big bucks. 97% of Ariel Community Academy graduates have graduated from high school, financially fit. Boom. 65% went on to college, financially fit, in a high poverty neighborhood on the south side of Chicago. Those are not small numbers. They're unheard of, literally. The graduates have gone on to become investment bankers, lawyers, doctors, and entrepreneurs. You can't see me, but I'm grabbing a handkerchief. Tears of joy. One graduate, Mario Gage, now works at Ariel Investments itself. That's what I'm talking about. Hire from within, Sir John. His mom enrolled him in second grade because she loved the concept. He said, and this is the part that hit me, it's something youth, especially minority youth, don't get exposed to. Boom. I am truly envious of his youth. The younger you are, the better chances you have to contribute to yourself in the most profitable way. Affording your future life won't be a problem anymore. His mom started investing herself after her sons came home and started teaching her what they'd learned at school. Think about that. The kids taught the parent because the school gave the kids what the parent never got. Also, the compound effect of financial education is in play. It doesn't just change one person. It changes a household. It changes a family. It changes a generation. And here's what John Rogers says about his own philosophy. People undervalue time and they overvalue money. I've been saying a version of that on this channel since day one. Time plus consistency plus compound returns. That's the whole game. And these kids learned it in kindergarten. Now, Ariel Community Academy is the most powerful example I know of. But they're not alone in this fight. The SIFMA Foundation runs a program called the Stock Market Game. And this one reaches 750,000 young people every year across the country. Real investing simulations, real portfolios, virtual money, real market conditions. And the research is clear. Students who go through the stock market game score significantly higher on mathematics and financial literacy tests than their peers who didn't. Roughly 90% of participants come from public schools. Nearly half qualify for federal assistance. The infrastructure exists, the tools exist, the programs exist. What's missing is awareness and access, which is exactly what this channel is here for. So there's the Wall Street Smarts book series. I'm going to be real with you for a second because this episode is personal to me. Everything John Rogers and Ms. Mellody Hobson have built at Ariel Community Academy is the kind of work I've always wanted to see happen at scale. I've dreamed about a version of this, a program, a school, something that puts real financial education in the hands of all kids in neighborhoods like the ones I came from, before the world gets to them first, with all its bad advice, mass education, and get-rich-quick noise. I don't know if I'll build that someday. That depends on whether this platform grows into something big enough to make it possible. But I'll tell you this, the Wall Street Smart series exists for exactly that reason. Every book, every episode on this channel, every person who watches and actually learns something and goes home and teaches their kid, that's a version of what Ariel Community Academy does, one household at a time. And all households are welcomed. John Rogers started investing at 12 years old because his father bought him stocks for his birthday and Christmas. My mission is to be that for people who never had that father or mother, who never had that teacher, who never had that school, because I've never had any of those people either. That's why I'm here. So let's get practical, because inspiration without action is just entertainment. If you have kids in your life, children, grandchildren, I have 3 grandsons. If you have nieces, nephews, anybody, here's what you can do right now. Move to Chicago. No, don't do that. I'm just kidding. No reason to relocate. But if you live in Chicago, you already know. Look up Ariel Community Academy. First, look up Mellody Hobson's book, Priceless, on Amazon. It really helps the entire family learn. Second, look into whether your child's school offers any financial literacy and education programming. If it doesn't, that's information worth acting on. You can ask the school. You can bring it to the PTA. You can be the person who starts that conversation. Third, if you're not sure where to start yourself, start here, because you cannot teach what you don't know. The Wall Street Smarts book series exists so that you can learn this, own it, and pass it down. Get the journal and start tracking. Watch these episodes with your kids. Make it a conversation at the dinner table. The gap in financial literacy between communities is real, but it's not permanent. It changes one household at a time. And it always starts with one person deciding they're done not knowing. You done, you're already here. That's the first step. Ariel Community Academy has been doing this work since 1996. John Rogers built the first Black-owned mutual fund firm in America and then turned around and poured it back into the community that needed it most. Many props to Sir John. The original $20,000 never gets spent. The liquidity gets passed to the next class, the next generation, the next set of kids who deserve the same shot. Sound familiar? The principle stays intact. The returns keep working. That's compound returns and generational wealth happening inside a public school on the south side of Chicago. It's my honor to acknowledge this tremendous feat and share your progress with the public. If this episode moved you, if it made you think about a child in your life or about what you wish someone had taught you, share it. That share might be the thing that puts this information in front of somebody who needed it. Hit like subscribe right here on the channel. We do this every week. Real talk, no Wall Street jargon, just street smarts for the rest of us. And check the description for the Wall Street Smarts book series in the journal. This is the curriculum I wish I'd had. It's here now. Quick reminder, this is for education and entertainment. There's high risk in trading, and I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Always do your own research before you put your money anywhere. I'm Yul Spencer, also known as Spencer. Go get your 1,000. I'll see you in the next one.